Good morning. Hi, I'm Tyler Harden. I'm the Chief Product Officer for TTN Fleet Solutions. Today we're going to show you our product that manages over-the-road maintenance and breakdowns specifically. It's called Fleet Assist. We've automated some workflows, tied it to a vetted vendor network, so it's software with services. And Brandon's going to show you kind of our interaction, how to get an order into the system, and how some of the data points come back and what the analytics look like. So with that, I'll let Brandon take over.
Great. So actually what we're looking at here is more of our corporate view, and this has all the details of your breakdown events. We can see in here just charts with all these different repair orders. We have a section here for analytics that you can really get a deep dive into a good view of what that breakdown is, what that means for your company and your savings, and all the details are in here. But yeah.
Yeah, to highlight some of these, most carriers or trucking asset-based businesses don't have visibility to this level of data for roadside events. So this is all roadside events that you have access and visibility to metrics like average intake, the dispatch time, what the dwell time is of the whole entire event. We're looking to make sure that we speed along any downtime and minimize that as much as possible, but also enhance the driver's satisfaction as far as when they're experiencing roadside issues.
Thanks. And my name's Brandon. I'm one of many developers at TTN. I am not a public speaker, so if I look nervous, that's why. But I am excited to be here today. I really do believe in our mobile solutions, and I'm eager to show you some of that today. So we had a pretty quick view of the corporate view, right, with the analytics and the deep dive into details. Now, we do have a section here where the user can go and actually submit a new event in case of a breakdown. But what we quickly realized was we needed to decouple this from this corporate view and make it more available to the drivers and the fleet managers. And that's where mobile comes in. So let's take a look at that. And mobile, again, it kind of strips all of the corporate data away and really focuses on the breakdown and the data that we need to service that breakdown as quickly as possible. So what we found with our mobile version is that our clients tend to use this in really two different ways. The smaller companies, what they do is they kind of issue this to their drivers. They issue logins. And that's really straightforward, that's simple. Usually the driver's on the side of the road, right? They're on their phone. And in this case, they'll have some sort of event, a breakdown. And they can simply log into their app with their login and initiate service right there on the spot. We really do believe this is one of the simplest solutions. They can go in, they can select a towing service, for example. This is a guided tour through this. There's really no messing this up. All of our questions are really dynamic. We really only get the information that we need from that driver to service them as quickly as possible. And that's one use case. Now, the other use case tends to be for our larger fleets, and how they use this is a little differently. They tend to shift that from the drivers, and your fleet managers are the ones that usually enter this sort of service in. And what that looks like is the driver will have an event on the side of the road, right? Hey, I need help. They'll contact their fleet manager, and their fleet manager will then enter in this information. And that's good, that is a solution, but at that moment, you're kind of playing telephone, right, with your driver. Your driver has to relay all the information. Oh, this is the breakdown. Here's my location. Pictures get a little complicated. That all gets communicated to the fleet manager, and then the fleet manager is the one that's entering it in. Well, again, that is a solution, but we felt like we could do better, and so we did. And that's what I want to demo for you today. So for our larger fleets, what we can do is have that fleet manager log in, and they can initiate the service, but then send that off to the driver to complete the details. And I know I'm a little bit of a nerd, but this is pretty exciting to me. That driver, they don't need the app. They don't need a login for that. They're taken out of the equation at this point. They're just there to enter in the details. So the fleet manager comes in, and he begins initiating service. And I'm going to show you this on my phone as well, but let's say the driver needs tire service. I'm going to send this request to myself. So the fleet manager logs in, and I'm going to send a request to Brandon, myself, to complete this request. Now here, we can actually allow that driver to choose a service and have the full experience of mobile, or we can lock them into the service. Now they indicated that they have a tire issue, so let's lock them into the tire service. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. I'm going to send that to my phone, and we're going to take a look at what that looks like for the driver. And this is me relying on my T-Mobile network, so I hope that this works. I'm sure it will. Let me just, there we go. Okay, let me mirror my iPhone here. Here we go. So I don't know if you heard that, but I just got the text message. So let me pull that up here. So we've got a text message here from Fleet Assist. I can go ahead and click on that. And this is what the driver sees. Again, they don't need a login. They don't need access. They can request new service here, and they're now locked into the tire service. They can go through this whole process and enter the service just like they had the app. And the advantage here is we can get their exact location, right? We can get their GPS coordinates. We can get pictures from that driver. That goes right back into our mobile view, and it also goes back into the corporate view in detail that we saw before. I really do believe that our mobile solution is some of the best that's around. We've shown you really briefly about it, but we're eager to show you more. But on that note, turn it over to you.
Yeah, so we do have a meeting room 21, if you'd like to see some more of the technology, and then we can talk about our ERS solutions. We provide ERS solutions and services for some of the largest brands in the industry, both OEM as well as insurance companies as well.